Hello, viewers, and welcome once again to another episode of the Top Notch Coaching Network. My name is still Confidence in Me, and it's always a pleasure to be here on this channel. Today, we're going to be taking the financial intelligence test. This test will be able to help you determine how well you are doing financially and help you see the loopholes in your finances and where you need to make amends and improve when it comes to your finances. And I got this financial intelligence test from one of my mentors' book, The School of Money, written by Olumide Emmanuel. You can find this test in that book. So I am going to be administering the test, and I want you to take record of your score so that you can take the questions down and then grade yourself at the end, because it will help you make decisions as regards your finances. So at the end of the financial test, I will also be happy to get feedbacks from you after the test to know how well you did, and also to work with you as you go on this financial journey. The other thing I want to also point out is that I will be reading out from my jotter, my notes here, for the purpose of accuracy, so that I can get the test passed across correctly. So I shall be reading from my test. The answers are going to be three. You can either answer yes to the question, or no to a question, or I don't know to the question. Then you'll be able to score yourself at the end. So let's delve right into the quiz. So the first question here says, do you know your present financial condition or your present financial net worth? Do you know how much you're worth at the moment? And to find this out, you have to deduct your liabilities from your assets to determine your financial net worth. So are you, or do you know your present financial condition or net worth? Then the next question here says, are you satisfied with it? Are you satisfied with your current financial net worth or your financial condition? The third question here says, do you have enough savings to see you through 6 months of normal living expenses if anything should happen? This is a very, very important question. Do you have 6 months of your living expenses set aside in case of an emergency? If you lose your job, or you have an accident, or anything happens, do you have 6 months of your living expense set aside for emergency? Then the fourth question also here says, do you save money on a regular basis, or you don't? So the question is, do you save money on a regular basis from your income or your salary? Then another question here says, have you formed the savings habit? Have you formed habits of saving? Have you formed the habit of saving? Then the next question here says, do you have a well-defined, documented financial goal? Do you have a well-defined, documented financial goal? There are short-term financial goals, there are mid-term financial goals, and there are long-term financial goals. Do you have these goals set aside and well documented? Then another question here says, do you have a bank account? I think that one should be easy. Another one says, do you keep record of your income and expenses? Do you have a place or a book for recording your income and your expenses? Do you have such thing? Whether it may not be a book, it may be an app or something that helps you track your finances. Then another one says, do you know how much you spend each month? Do you know how much you spend each month? Then another one says, do you have a budget and do you successfully manage it? Do you successfully manage your budget? Do you have one? And do you successfully execute the budgets when you have one? Then another question says, do you avoid major credit purchases? If you are listening from Africa or from Nigeria, where I come from, then you are lucky. Why? Because Nigeria is not a credit society. Our country is pay as you go. As you are buying, you are paying, no time. But If you're not from our country or African country and you're from the West, and even you're from our country, some people give loan facilities. So do you avoid major credit purchases? The other question says, do you take advantage of all savings and investment opportunities that comes your way? Do you take advantage of the savings opportunities and investment opportunities that comes your way? Another one says, do you have any investment that helps to reduce your taxable income or your expenses? Do you have any investment that helps to reduce your taxable income? Another question says, do you diversify your investments, or you are putting all your eggs in one basket? Do you diversify your investments if you have one? Another question says, are you satisfied with the contributions of your investments to your total income? The investments you have, are you satisfied with their contribution to your total income? Then another question here says, do you have a life insurance coverage? A lot of people don't like the word life insurance. They don't even like the word insurance, especially in our world here. But insurance is key to certain areas of our life. So do you have an insurance coverage? And then the next question says, do you have a sufficient life insurance coverage? It is one thing to have an insurance coverage. It is another thing to have sufficient life insurance coverage. Then another question here says, do you have a plan for your children's college and university education? If you have a child, do you have plans for their college and university education? Do you have plans for them like that? Then, do you own a property? Do you own a property? Another one says, do you have a plan in place that can help you to retire in comfort? Do you have a retirement plan that can help you to retire in comfort? Do you have one? Then have you prepared your will? That's one that when I came across that question, I was like, your will, it didn't rang in my head. Will, as if I was ready to die. But that is not always the case. So have you prepared your will? Most of you are finding that question funny. Now, are you satisfied with the contribution you have made to the world? Are you satisfied with your contribution to the world? Are you satisfied? Now, when you're grading yourself, this is how you grade yourself. If the number of the no or I don't know in your answer is between 0 to 4, if the answer, if your no or I don't know is simply between 0 and 4, yes, you are doing very well financially. Your financial situation is under control. Then if your no and your don't is between 5 to 10, you have 5 no's, between 5 no's or I don't knows to 10 of them, then you need to improve. Then if you have between 11 to 12 no's or I don't know, your financial condition is weak. If your answer for no or I don't know is now between 13 and above, you are financially backward and you need to sit up. So this is how you will grade yourself. I like to hear from you at the end of the test, and if you take it now, you didn't measure up, work on yourself, take the test again and see if you have improved. Till I come in again next time, remember I am expecting your feedbacks. Thank you and